I was approached by the museum's event producer for virtual options to an annual gala that funds all of their outreach and education. And they, like everyone else 3 weeks into COVID, was concerned. Taking on this project as a director would present a huge laundry list of problems. First of all, the task of taking on any annual live event or televised program and reframing it to bring back past audiences and attract new ones is hard. This topic of the Holocaust is not new, and while it's very important, we had to find a way to make it applicable and relatable to the world we are living in now. And as we all know, in the middle of Black Lives Matter and the Me Too movement, the anniversary of the Tree of Life Synagogue massacre, we needed to address this shift in humanity locally and nationally and globally, because this is not just a Jewish story. And it never was, really. The second problem was people look at this kind of show and they think, oh, I know what this is going to be. The show could not be the usual suspects and the horrific stories only. And it occurred to me that for years we have asked the survivors, by the way, this is the last generation of survivors we can talk to directly. For years, everyone's asked them how they survived the Holocaust, but we never have asked them how they survived after. How does that experience affect you as a husband, as a wife, as a parent? And at 80 or 90 years old, I asked them directly, how do you think you turned out?
We have to stand up and be counted about the issue of not only Holocaust denial, but Holocaust fatigue.
The memory of the dead will inspire the living, and that the suffering of the victims was not in silence, for in us the victims have found their voice.
When I first heard about the Holocaust was when I was already in the train going to Auschwitz.
And while all of this has to be figured out, at the same time there's the pandemic. In every production company, in every network, we're set back to zero. Same playing field, figuring out how to produce during a pandemic. My friends at the networks were calling me, what are you doing? And we're like, what are you doing? This program had global participants. Some were not tech savvy. They wanted a camera crew, some in the home, some outdoors, COVID safe. But outside, it's an uncontrolled environment. There's planes flying by and dogs barking. We're navigating masks. How do you mic someone when you can't touch what they touched? Broadcast quality footage versus iPhones and Skype and Zoom, and directing people in person and from a virtual location, and Wi-Fi and cellular and satellites and cable. The hardest part is scripting a show that does not feel like 50 self-taped, boring, straight-to-camera reads attempting a cohesive, albeit fake, conversation between 20 stars, some of which take direction, some who won't, some who say they will but then do whatever they want, sending me footage I can't use and it doesn't match the lead in or the toss. And of course in editing, I have to answer to the sensibilities also of those who are above my pay grade. I think this was a tremendously deep story for so many more reasons than the one we were here to help tell. And it was surprising, and we're grateful for that.